Hello everybody, this is Renee, and Tom and I are on the Ultimate World Cruise, and we just docked in Goa, India to take a flight to Agra. This is a 3-day trip on our way to see the Taj Mahal. After we docked, we waited for immigration and we were able to catch the bus to catch the plane to go to Agra. Our guide gave us history along the way.
A piece of statistics. So India is about 1.45 billion people, roughly. Okay? Do you know about 53% of the population is below the age of 25 years? About 700 million people here are below the age of 25 years. About 66 to 67% of the population is below the age of 35 years. Why India is important? You know, it's a democracy. It's got a young population. People speak English. It has, I would say, decent education system. So India is a country of 1.4 billion people. We are at the capital city, which is New Delhi. And welcome to Delhi. So there's a place called Gurgaon, which is further south. So Gurgaon, Noida, Ghaziabad, Faridabad. So there are 4 satellite towns, and these satellite towns put together with Delhi, it's about 25 million people. And New Delhi is just like DC. It's a federal territory, federally administrated and very bureaucratic, just like DC. And when you go to Mumbai, you will feel definitely that there's a vibe or energy which is similar to that of New York.
These marigolds will emit a smell that deters mosquitoes.
That elephant will be my buddy and your buddy for the next 2 days. Entered some Indian traffic. And so in India, if you're driving or if you're being driven around, you need 4 things. Okay? Good horn, good brakes, good luck, and you need all of that in good measure. This is the densest area in India, about 330 million people, approximately the size of US, a little less. So we have an exclusive place for the group which is booked, all 6 buses, all 6 coaches. It is Kamal Mahal. Okay, Kamal, K-A-M-A-L, Kamal Mahal. Mahal is palace, Kamal is lotus. US presidents since Bill Clinton, Bush Jr. when he traveled, he stayed here. Then it was Obama who traveled to Delhi, he stayed here. Trump also stayed here. Biden was the most recent president who stayed here. For almost 20-25 years, there was no visit from a president of the US to India.
We just checked into our hotel and it's time to settle into our room. This hotel was beautiful. Hi! This hotel room is bigger than our cabin. We unpacked our suitcase and got ready for the buffet dinner. You may be tired of seeing bathrooms, but bathrooms are different all over the world. Okay, so here's the food. Can you guess if I ate anything? Stop the video and comment below if you think I ate anything that was on this buffet. And if you did think I ate anything, what did I pick? I didn't eat anything on this buffet except for the white rice. I had a protein drink later on. This is what Tom had. After dinner, we scoped out what the rest of the hotel looked like and then went to bed because we had a 4:30 in the morning wake-up call. We had to have all bags down in the lobby by 5 a.m. so we could have our buffet breakfast to get on the road for a 4-hour bus ride. Leave a comment below if you can guess what I had for breakfast. I had a couple hard-boiled eggs. The chef was kind enough to take a picture with Al on his head like Ratatouille. These roses were in bowls all over the hotel, which made it beautiful. Time now for the 4-hour bus ride and more information about Agra Fort.
So Agra Fort was the capital or the seat of the Mughal Empire. and it was like a work in progress for almost about 150 years. And once we are there, I'll take you through bits and pieces of history, because we don't have much time to explore the whole area. We'll do sections which are most beautiful and historically of most significance.
Al got rejected.
Yep, you heard right. They would not let us take Al into the fort.
So, welcome to the Agra Fort. Now, as per historical records, there's some people who believe that Agra in olden times was referred to as a place called Agra 1. But today it is shortened and called Agra. Agra was the capital of the Mughal Empire, the Mughal kingdom. The very first time, its basis history around the 9th or the 10th century. Roughly 140, 150 years. And there were breaks in between. So for a while they went to Delhi, for a while they went to a place which is not very far from here, Fatehpur Sikri. But most of the Mughal history is related to this fort. Now, starting the 11th and the 12th century, there was a lot of Islamic influx from Arabia. I would not call them crusades, but they actually wanted to expand their faith, and that is how the religion sort of made inroads here. And when that happened, around 1580s, they moved back here, and then for the next 40-50 years, this was their capital. And Agra, so the first mention of a fort here is around the 9th or the 10th century. Now where we are actually standing is the 3rd level. So the original fort was level 1 and level 2. So what Akbar did, the 3rd emperor, who sort of expanded and really, in a sense, built this fort, he built level 3 on top of level 1 and 2. So you can see there are some chambers. These are some lattice panels which take you to a lower level. That is where the dungeons were. They had a very elaborate system of ventilation. Now this structure which you see there, the white structure, that is Taj Mahal. That was the private enclosure of the 5th Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan was one of the most prolific builders of his time. So he expanded the Agra Fort. He built the Taj Mahal. It's the only fort perhaps in the world which has a double moat system. When you would read about the history of Mughals or Agra, you would get to know, especially the Taj Mahal, that the 6th Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb imprisoned his own father. The guy who built Taj Mahal, about 170 million subjects during the 1600s. The tax revenue collected from them, 30 years of constant construction was being done during the era of the 5th Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan was captured by his own son Aurangzeb and imprisoned here. So the last 7 to 8 years of his life, basically he was not the rightful heir, declared himself the emperor, killed his eldest brother, the rightful heir, imprisoned his father. And also during the Mughal era, there was this concept of the royals coming out waving. So right next to the place where the emperor was imprisoned, to the right is the place where Jharoka is an ornate balcony. Jharoka is from the Hindu style of architecture. Jharoka is an ornate balcony, so they would come out in the open, wave, greet their subjects, and that was like old style communication, that everything is well within the palace.
As we left the fort, we got to experience 2 unique things.
Sorry, to your left, you see a procession. So this is a Hindu man, I believe, could be woman. I do not want to say this, but it is considered a good omen when you see a dead body. So just pay your respects to the departed soul. These are nuts for people who perform on the street. They basically do acrobatic stuff and other stuff to earn a living. That's a dying dying art. You've been very lucky. You saw two things. One, a cremation, a body going for cremation, and the young girl. So I've not seen these kids perform in the last 5-7 years. So this is a dying breed. You don't see them anymore. Four things remain constant: a hall of public audience, a hall of private audience, zenana or the ladies' apartment, in the private enclosure of the king himself, and finally the other areas which were occupied by staff, servants. So to give you an example, Mumtaz Mahal, at her peak, in whose memory the Taj is built, she had a purse. You know, the king gave her a purse, and she had the size of a purse was 1 million rupees. 1 million rupees in 1600s. To give you some perspective, 1947, when India got its independence, the US dollar in Indian rupee was 1:1. Today it's like $1 is equal to about 80 Indian rupees. This is 1600s. She had a purse of about 1 million rupees, using which she could get her own servants. She could, build her own her jewelry, her legacy. She could acquire art. So these women, who were part of the harem, they had a purse allotted to them. So, for example, in the 1600s, it was about 16 rupees a month, and in 12 rupees you could buy about 12 grams or 10 grams of gold, to give you some perspective. So that was not a bad thing to do. I mean, as long as you had your basics covered, it was not so bad. I mean, you had the comforts, and then you had the purse which was being allocated by the royal treasury.
As we leave the fort, we get ready for our visit to the Taj Mahal. Be sure to subscribe for more exciting adventures. See you at the next port.